You might assume every pizza chain out there is a safe bet for a quick, tasty meal. But the truth is, some big names are dishing out greasy disappointments that could leave you regretting more than just the calories. Today, we are counting down the top 10 pizza chains to skip, based on fresh reviews, quality dips, and health red flags. Plus, two gems that actually nail it. Number 10. Godfather's Pizza. You know those places where the pizza looks promising at first glance, but one bite tells a different story? Godfather's has been around since the 70s, touting its thick, hearty crust and bold flavors. But lately, it's fallen flat. Recent customer gripes highlight pies that arrive stale or overly greasy, especially when grabbed from express locations, in gas stations, or convenience stores. The sauce can come off spicy enough to overpower everything else, while the cheese often melts into a rubbery mess that lacks real dairy punch. Former employees have shared online that ingredients like dough and toppings are prepped in bulk and sometimes sit too long before baking, leading to inconsistent results. Nutritionally, it's no winner either. A single slice of their classic combo can hit around 400 calories and over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, pushing your daily limits if you go for more. In 2025, with chains stepping up their game, Godfather's feels stuck in the past, more like a relic than a reliable choice. If you're craving something substantial, you might end up with heartburn instead of satisfaction. It's affordable, sure, but skimping on freshness makes it a pass for family nights or quick dinners. Number 9. Chuck E. Cheese. This spot markets itself as a kid's paradise with games and animatronics. But let's be real. The pizza is often an afterthought. Parents rave about the entertainment value, yet the pies themselves draw heavy criticism for tasting like frozen grocery store stuff warmed up. The crust tends to be doughy and bland, the sauce watery with a canned tomato vibe, and the cheese artificial, stretching like plastic, without much flavor. Recent health inspections at various locations have flagged issues like improper food temps, adding to worries about safety in a high-traffic family spot. A medium pepperoni packs about 300 calories per slice with high sodium, not ideal for little ones or anyone watching their intake. Staff stories suggest rushed prep during busy parties, where pizzas get churned out fast, but not always fully cooked. In today's market, where better family-friendly options exist, Chuck E. Cheese prioritizes fun over food quality, leaving adults disappointed and kids too distracted to notice. It's fine for birthdays if pizza isn't the star, but for actual eating, you'd be better off elsewhere. Number 8. Cicis Pizza. All-you-can-eat buffets sound like a dream, but Cicis turns it into a cautionary tale, with pizzas that quickly go from fresh to forgettable. Their thin-crust pies start okay, but after sitting under heat lamps, the cheese hardens into a chewy layer, the sauce turns overly sweet, and the crust crisps to cardboard levels. Customers in 2025 reviews complain about limited variety during off-peak hours and toppings that feel cheap and sparse. Nutrition hits hard, too. A few slices can rack up 2,000 calories and massive sodium from the endless refills, risking bloating or worse for sensitive eaters. Ex-employees mention recycling uneaten pies or rushing batches, which explains the inconsistent quality and occasional food safety flags in inspections. While the low price draws crowds, it's more about quantity than enjoyment, especially compared to chains focusing on made-to-order freshness. If you're feeding a group on a budget, the regret might outweigh the savings. Think leathery leftovers instead of satisfying meals. Number 7. Little Caesars. That famous hot and ready deal grabs attention with its low price, now hovering around $6 in many spots. But dig deeper, and it's clear why it's so cheap. Open the box, and you're hit with an oil pool that soaks through everything, making the crust floppy like damp paper. The cheese has a processed tang, closer to imitation than real mozzarella, and the pepperoni shines with an unnatural gloss from preservatives. Staff insights from forums reveal frozen dough shipped in, minimal training, and ovens cranked for speed over perfection. A single slice clocks in at about 280 calories with over 500 milligrams of sodium. Grab a few, and you're salting your system like a pretzel. Recent 2025 complaints highlight even more inconsistencies, like undercooked centers or skimpy toppings amid rising costs. It's convenient for broke nights, but feeding it to your crew feels like cutting corners on health and taste. Better options exist that won't leave you wiping grease off your hands for hours. Number 6. Sparrow. Picture this. You're stuck at the mall, starving, and Sparrow's the only spot open. It's less a choice and more a surrender. Their slices sit under harsh lights, crust hardening like stale bread, cheese turning into a rubbery film, and sauce so thin it's practically tomato water. Recent online chatter from 2025 slams Sparrow for inconsistent quality, with some locations serving reheated pies that taste like yesterday's news. Bankruptcy filings in the past, 2011, 2014, and struggles since, hint at a chain that's been limping along, unable to keep up with today's fresher competitors. Employees have spilled that training's minimal, and ovens are often rushed to keep up with demand, leading to half-baked disasters. Nutrition's no kinder. One slice can hit 350 calories with nearly 900 milligrams of sodium, a rough deal for anyone watching their health. The vibe screams food court desperation, not pizza passion. In a world where chains like Marco's or even local spots step up, Sparrow feels like a relic you only eat when there's literally nothing else. You're better off grabbing a pretzel next door than gambling on this disappointment. Number 5. Pizza Hut. Remember when Pizza Hut was the go-to for family pizza nights? Those days are fading fast. Open a box now, and you're greeted with a grease slick that could lube a car engine. The crust, especially on their pan pies, soaks up oil like a sponge, while the cheese slides off in one gooey sheet, leaving dough behind. Recent 2025 reviews call out undercooked pies and delivery mix-ups, with some customers getting cold, wrong orders. A few lawsuits have even popped up, like one in California over raw dough causing stomach issues. A single stuffed crust slice can pack 400 calories and 700 milligrams of sodium. Eat 2, and you're flirting with a day's worth of salt. Former workers admit on forums that pans sit in oil pools before baking, and some pies linger under heat lamps too long, tasting more like stale fries than pizza. Nostalgia's strong, but today's Pizza Hut leans on its red-roofed past while serving up mediocrity. There are better ways to satisfy your pizza craving without the greasy regret. Number 4. Papa John's. They boast better ingredients, better pizza, but it feels more like better marketing than actual flavor. The sauce is so sweet it could double as dessert syrup, throwing off the whole pie's balance. The dough's soft and cakey, less like pizza, and more like a savory pastry gone wrong. Cheese often congeals into a gummy mess, especially if your order sits too long. In 2025, customer complaints focus on franchise inconsistencies. Some shops nail it. Others send out doughy, undercooked pies. Former employees reveal rushed ovens on busy nights, leading to uneven bakes. That famous garlic butter dip? It's a greasy trap, often sitting out until it's more like oily soup than a condiment. Nutritionally, a large pepperoni slice hits around 320 calories and 800 milligrams of sodium. Add that dip, and you're in salt overload. The chain's had its share of PR stumbles too, with the founders' controversies leaving a bad taste. When you can get artisan-style pizza elsewhere, Papa John's feels like a sugary, overpriced letdown. Number 3. Domino's. They made a big deal about revamping their recipe years ago, promising a flavor overhaul. But in 2025, it's still a letdown for too many. The crust, whether thin or hand-tossed, often arrives tough or brittle, cracking like a stale cracker, instead of delivering that satisfying crunch. The sauce leans acidic and thin, missing the rich tomato depth you'd expect, while the cheese stretches like plastic with a bland aftertaste. Recent reviews on forums highlight delivery woes, pizzas arriving cold or with toppings slid into a sad pile. Nutrition's a kicker. A medium specialty slice can hit 350 calories and 700 milligrams of sodium, and a full pie pushes you way past daily limits. Ex-employees share stories of pre-shredded cheese clumps and ovens set too high, burning one side while leaving the other doughy. Domino's banks on convenience and deals, but in a market with fresher, tastier options, it's stuck in the middle. Neither awful nor great. It's pizza you settle for when you're too tired to hunt for better. Number 2. Blaze Pizza. Sold as fast casual artisanal, Blaze promises custom pies with flair, but it's more like assembly line chaos. Their conveyor ovens churn out pizzas that swing between charred and undercooked, with soggy centers or blackened edges. Customers in 2025 complain about watery toppings drowning the crust and inconsistent bakes. One day crispy, the next a doughy mess. Former workers admit on forums that rushed training and high turnover lead to sloppy prep, with pies shoved through to keep lines moving. Even LeBron's endorsement can't save the hype when locations run out of basics like cheese, as some horrified reviewers have reported. A loaded build-your-own can hit 2,000 calories and a day's worth of sodium in one go. Not exactly a health win. Blaze's vibe is trendy, but the execution feels like a cafeteria shortcut, dressed up as gourmet. You're better off finding a local spot that actually delivers on fresh. Number 1. Pizza Ranch. Topping our avoid list, this buffet chain is a gamble you don't want to take. Those all-you-can-eat trays of pizza and fried sides sound tempting, but under those heat lamps, crusts turn leathery, cheese hardens into a gummy shield, and sauces congeal. Recent 2025 health inspections flag issues like unsafe food temps and dirty prep areas at multiple locations. Online, ex-staff whisper about reheating leftover pies for the next shift, meaning your fresh slice might be a repeat offender. Customers report stomach issues after visits, with one describing a night spent hugging the bathroom floor. A plate of 2 specialty slices and sides can skyrocket to 2,500 calories and nearly 5,000 milligrams of sodium, double a day's safe limit. The low price draws families, but endless doesn't mean safe or tasty. It's a buffet of risks, not rewards. Now, the bright spots. First, Cicis. This Midwest gas station chain sounds like an unlikely hero, but their hand-rolled dough and fresh toppings put big names to shame. Locals rave about their breakfast pizza. Eggs, sausage, and a light sauce that's oddly addictive. A large pie's around 2,400 calories. Not light, but cleaner than buffet overloads. Quality can vary, but Cicis consistently outshines greasy giants. Finally, Donatos. This Ohio-born chain keeps it real with edge-to-edge toppings and a pepperoni-packed punch. Over 100 slices on a large. The thin crust holds up, the sauce is tangy without being sweet, and the cheese tastes like the real deal. It's not diet food, but it feels fresh, not processed. Donato's proves chain pizza can still spark joy. All right, there you have it. 10 pizza chains to dodge if you want to avoid greasy regrets, plus 2 that might just surprise you with actual flavor. Which chain shocked you the most? Or have you had a pizza disaster that tops these? Share your stories below, and let's build a list of pizza nightmares and wins. For more money-saving tips and honest food reviews, hit that subscribe button for Frugal Elder. It's free, and you'll never miss a video that keeps your wallet and taste buds happy.